And they say you can die from a broken heart, and that's true. And I always thought that was, you know, like, it's exaggerating, right? My mother died from a broken heart. She couldn't live without my father. They were together 40 years. So a couple months after he passed away, she passed away.
Hey, what's up everybody? We out here in the middle of the struggle with our brothers and sisters, you know, just educating the world and letting their voice be heard. Because a lot of the times, people just walk by them like they are invisible. And they are somebody's son, brother, you know, friend, whatever. You know, they're humans, just made mistakes. So I met a very nice gentleman today. How you doing, brother?
How you doing? My name's William.
William?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, William.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you, brother. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I come from South Philly.
Wow, South Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. South Philly. How old are you?
31. My birth is actually coming up, July 7th.
Oh, what sign is that?
Cancer.
Yo, shout out to the Cancer. Say what's up to your sign. I had a childhood friend by the name of William anyway, so I'm not gonna forget that name. So William, let's go down memory lane before we go up, all right?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up.
I'm actually adopted. I don't know my real father and mother, but I got taken in by a beautiful couple. They were a little old when they took me in. They were 50. They were, you know, they couldn't have kids themselves. But I don't know what the circumstances were for me ending up in their path. But they took me under their wings, and God bless their souls. They were two of the most humble people I've ever encountered in my life. Like my father's name was Roberto. My mother's name was Ramona. And like I said, they were old. You know, they weren't young folks. And they did what they could for me growing up. They put me through school. They did everything that they could, and they didn't have money. Like towards the end of their lives, they were on Social Security. They were working from check to check and everything. But growing up, I grew up in a candy store. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, that's why I actually don't eat sweets anymore, because I kind of stuffed my face full of that when I was little. But yeah, my childhood was all right. But as I got to my teenage years, there's always a motorcycle. Always a motorcycle in Kensington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as I got to my, we'll wait for that. And like I said, as I got to my teens, 17, 18, 19, they got sick. My mom, she had osteoporosis. It's a bone deficiency, a bone marrow deficiency. So she was real fragile, and just they got older, and things got worse. My dad actually got cancer, and like it tore him up. He went from being like a healthy 60-year-old to just bald, no teeth, just fell apart within a couple of months. And he eventually passed away, and I started using drugs. And they say you can die from a broken heart, and that's true. And I always thought that was, you know, like, it's exaggerating, right? My mother died from a broken heart. She couldn't live without my father. They were together 40 years. So a couple months after he passed away, she passed away. I lost my house, got worse on drugs, ended up homeless, and I'm here now. I've been using for a long time, and it's a struggle. I've gotten on my feet here and there, but it's not easy. People don't want to accept you when you're like us. It's like we have like this stigma placed on us, and everybody says get a job, get on your feet, do this, but nobody wants to give you the chance to get a job. And like, for instance, like I recently just got blessed with some clothing, but like, how can I get a job when I look like shit and smell like shit, and Like, you know, I don't got a phone, I don't got an address, I got a criminal record now because of the drugs. It's one thing leads to another, and it's not easy. And it's people like yourself. You're beautiful people out here. You guys are angels. There's people out here. The angels in motion, the people that come out and give out food, give out clothes. There's good people out here, but there's a lot of bad people as well. Like recently, a couple of days ago, I got shot in the forehead with a BB gun. Like I was sleeping, and these young boys came around. Yo old head, throwing shit at me. So I try to get my shit and leave. They start shooting me with a BB gun. Fucking as I'm walking away, fucking one of them came up on a bike and popped right in between my eyes, like, cause I was sleeping, dog. Like, who does that type of shit? That's the day to day around here. That's what we put up with.
Man, I'm so sorry, William. That how was your mental like growing up due to the fact you didn't have your biological parents? Did you like sometimes wonder where they was, why they gave you up?
All the time, actually. Growing up, I always knew, you know, something was up. Like we look different. I got nappy hair. My parents, they hablan español, ellos son puertorriqueños. They were Puerto Rican, so it's like I knew something. I was like, you know, it's obvious. So like, but I never poked and prodded. But as I got older, I started asking questions, and I got answers that I didn't really want, you know? Like, yeah. I can imagine my mom was probably on the streets, got pregnant, had to get rid of me. Like, she was probably doing drugs like I am, and you can't have a kid in that situation. And yeah, luckily, like I said, my father stepped in, and he didn't let them throw me away, and like I was rescued. I was blessed in a way.
Right, that is a blessing. So what are some of your favorite childhood memories you can think of?
Well, like I said, I grew up in a candy store, so and this was like in the 90s, so it was like arcade machines were popular. Yeah, so we lived on 7th and Dickinson, which is right across the street from Kirkbride Elementary School. Okay. So every morning, all the kids would come in, and I'd run their pockets through for the arcade system. Nice. I was a gun at Marvel vs. Capcom, all the fighting games, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Street Fighter, all that. Yeah. So I'd sit there and just whoop them all morning long, take all their quarters. Those were some good days. Yeah. So what about school, man? Let's go down memory lane. Take us in school. What type of student were you?
I actually, I was an honor student. I went to Kirkbride at first because it was across the street. But the neighborhood, 7th Street's not a good place, and my parents didn't want me to be, you know, like a product of my surroundings, and like they didn't want me, you know, to end up being a drug dealer, or, like, so they sent me to Catholic school, Annunciation Blessed Virgin Mary, 11th and Morton, and I got a good education. I worked my ass off. Yeah, I was real sheltered. They never wanted me to, you know, get exposed to like the wrong type of people. So like I didn't really have much of a social life growing up, like in my preteen. So, but then once I got to high school, I went to originally I went to, oh God, this is a long time ago. Wow, Prep Charter High, and then I blossomed out the butterfly that I am, playing football. I was as an athletic kid, and yeah, it's just nice. Yeah, my childhood was good. That's beautiful. So what's the highest level of education you completed? I graduated high school, and I started to go to college. We didn't have any money or anything. My parents were getting sick by then, so I went to community college. And I stayed for a couple of months. They started getting sick. My father got cancer, and I dropped out, started getting high. Yeah, so I never completed my college. I never got my bachelor's or anything. Never got it. Yeah, just. I hear you. I understand. 'Cause I know how it goes. You know. How did you get involved with drugs? Well, being a teenager in Philly, you smoke weed. You know. I actually didn't do anything heavy until my early 20s. Percocet here and there, Xanax, and. I never thought, I've heard people, the rumors, you know, don't do it too many days in a row, you'll catch a habit, blah, 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 blah. The first couple of times I got sick, I didn't even know I was going through withdrawal. I thought, you know, I just like caught the flu or something. From Percocets, 30 milligrams, up in the milligram dosage, it gets expensive, and eventually one day my boy Leon came up to me and he said, I got something for you, because I was broke. And I was like, yeah, I can't afford it. He's like, no, don't worry, it's only $5. And I was like, all right, whatever, give me it. It was a bag of fucking dope. And at that moment I knew it. I said, I'm going to hell. I was like, this is what people talk about. This is it. This is the addiction. Like,
right.
Like people do perks here and there. It's pharmaceuticals. Once you do heroin, it was the worst mistake of my life, dude. It went from a recreational thing to a slight problem to a sickness, and then eventually, just from building a tolerance, doing dope all the time, you don't get high anymore. You're starting to get sick, and you're chasing it, trying to get that high, trying to get that nod, trying to feel good, trying to just forget.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened. I said the first mistake of my life was doing the dope. The second worst mistake was putting a needle in my fucking arm. That's when everything just got out of control. There's no maintaining any structure. Like it's dirty, it's overpowering, you don't even have time to even exist. It's like from wellness to sickness, it's like 6 hours, 7 hours. You got to keep doing it. And then you run your veins out. Everything gets destroyed, and it's bad, dude. It's bad. I would never put this on my worst enemy.
Got you. Because I asked a girl yesterday, what are the pros and the cons? So you just list a bunch of the cons. So what are the pros in using it?
There are none. It's an escape. At first it's denial, you know, like I can control it. I'm not an addict. I just have problems. I'm just coping, you know, like when people drink, or like when people take Xanax for their depression. And I guess that would be the only pro. It helps you forget what really is going on. But that's just a demon in disguise, because it's still going on. The problems don't go away.
Right.
Just because you forget about it doesn't mean that they're not still waiting there for when you come back.
Right, definitely. Yep, and a lot of people, that's what they need to realize. So when you do it, how does it make you feel?
It's, like I said, at first it was chasing a high. At the point that I'm at, it's just trying to, you know, maintain and to be normal.
Gotcha.
Like, because without it, it's first you get the runny nose, then you start sweating, then you start shaking, and then throwing up, vomiting, diarrhea, all types of crazy shit. And it's so easy to just get a couple of dollars and go get well. Yeah. And it's like the withdrawal is so intense. And then being on the streets, if there's structure to it, like if you have some family background, anything that like you might be able to kick, you know, but being out here, get a couple of dollars, go down to the strip and cop and get well. It's
cycle, right?
It's a cycle, vicious cycle, over same shit, different toilet. That's what I say to people all the time.
You're absolutely right, and I like how you said you wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy, because you know the life and what it comes with. Yeah, it's not good. So how often in a day do you have to use?
There's the morning, you get well, and I've been trying my hardest to tone it down, but like back at the height of my addiction, it's just shot after shot. I was just doing it willy-nilly, you know, not even when I needed to, like I said, to be normal. You chase the dragon. Yeah. But at this point in time, I dose myself probably like 3 or 4 times a day.
3 or 4 times? Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. So yours is a lot, less. So that's a good thing. If you can do less than that, you can probably get off.
That's what I'm working towards. Me and my friend have actually been discussing it. Like it's ironic that like, because the quality of the drugs fluctuates. So as it's become like crappier and crappier, they're cutting it with crazy shit. It's like deteriorating our skin and shit. Like you see people walking around with like the flesh-eating virus, like their skin looks like pizza and shit. And there's been less of a desire to do it. So it's been only when needed, instead of this as like extra. It's I don't look forward to doing it anymore. When I wake up, I don't immediately go to get well. I try to tough it out until I can't do it no more, and that's unintentionally I've gotten my habit way down. I'm hoping that something good comes of it and I get a little break and I can go to rehab or something and not shit myself.
Right. I hear you, brother. Have you OD'd before?
Only one time. It's when I got clean one time. I detoxed for 7 days and I relapsed. It was when I actually came from South Philly to Kensington, and when I tried the fentanyl, as I went from doing brown heroin to doing fentanyl. The first time I ever did a bag of that, I fell out. I had to get Narcan. I woke up, there was paramedics and everything.
Wow. Yeah. Do you remember anything when you woke up?
No. I felt like crap when I woke up because the Narcan, it knocks all the opiates off your receptors. So I woke up, I was in a cold sweat, I was covered in vomit. Yeah, it was a bad John. It was a bad John.
Are you afraid of dying?
A while ago I would say no. I would have said no when I was younger.
Yeah.
As I've seen everything that I've seen, I don't want to die. I'm 31 years old. No, sorry. I'm scared shitless of it. I've lived in Philly my whole life, and you hear Philly's a crime-ridden city. I've never heard a gun get shot. I've never seen or touched a gun until the last couple of months. Just recently, I saw this kid get his head blown off for no fucking reason.
Give us a backstory.
A 15-year-old trapper on Lippincott. 15-year-old kid. And I used to say it to him all the time, dude, what are you doing out here? You're a kid. And he, you know how like it's the drug life, you want new shoes, you see them gambling, drinking. He wasn't like that. I can imagine he came from a broken home. He was trying to feed himself. He was trying to clothe himself. And he was smart. He was always quiet. All the young boys would be like busting on us and shit, and he would just be sitting there quiet. You could tell he was uncomfortable. And I don't know what the situation was, but he certainly did not deserve that. He was wrong place, wrong time. I guess the block had beef and he was on the clock. Dude, they shot him right in the fucking face, dude. Right in the face.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah,
and that's what we see out here a lot now, gun violence, but overdose deaths more than gun violence.
It's because of the stuff that they're putting in the drugs. They're cutting it with whatever. It's greed. It's greed.
Xylazine is what's in it, and other stuff, because you see a lot of people sleeping out here, right?
The xylazine, it's the animal tranquilizer.
So, you know, you're concerned when you hear that stuff, man. I know. Do you get concerned with what you're putting in your body after you know that?
Of course. I make comments about it all the time. I wish I had like a little laboratory or something so I could really find out what we're putting in ourselves. Because 9 times out of 10, dude, this shit mixes up like green and blue and like you gotta cook it, you gotta heat it up because there's all types of just dirt in it, and just they don't care. They're not. If there is a proper way of selling and mixing drugs, they don't care. They're in a trap house somewhere with a spoon, just scooping it in. It's crap, man. It's crap.
That's horrible, man. So do you ever find yourself having to go to the hospital?
I'm actually blessed on that account because I'm healthy. My immune system, like I said, most people they get the flesh eating thing, like their skin's falling apart. I've never had an abscess.
Right.
I've never I alcohol swabs, keep it clean, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing drugs for 10 years. I've been doing dope for 6 years. I've been shooting up for 3 years.
Okay. All right.
And I've been homeless for 6 of those years.
Yeah. Being homeless is tough, man. So how do you support your habit?
A variety of ways. You can. Sometimes I sit at Home Depot. I offer work. Sometimes I panhandle. Lately, I don't know what's going on in the internet world, but people have been being real rough, real cold, real judgmental. People don't want to help us, and I understand it. Look at Kensington. Why would you want to help somebody be like that, but it's leading to other problems, because obviously we have a problem. We have something that we have to do. So like I've been stealing a lot lately. I've been boosting, doing shit that I would have never done, dude. And it's not cool, but it's a means to an end, you know.
Mm-hmm. And that's what addiction does, you know. It destroys you like that, because that becomes your full-time job. You know, you have to stay well. Like you said, the withdrawal, nobody's trying to go through that withdrawal. No, so you'll do anything. And I understand. You can't even eat.
You got to get well to eat. You could have a nice meal in front of you, be hungry as hell, haven't eaten in days, but you can't eat it. You'll throw it right back up unless you. It's madness. It's madness.
Right. So do you think that you'll live long?
Not if I continue like this, no. Especially even with doing less. Just it's only a matter of time before I shoot up something that has rat poison in it or something. God knows what.
Right. So how much would you say you weighed before?
I was like $190.
And how much you weigh now?
I said it to my friend earlier. I'm like, I was $150 like a week or two ago, and that week or two, like a month or two ago, and I've lost 10 pounds in the last couple of months, and it's like I'm gone. I look in the mirror and I'm so skinny. You wouldn't think 10 pounds would make that much of a difference. Like from $160 to $140, I feel like skin and bones.
And that, you know, mess with your confidence, right?
Oh, of course. It's just the weight loss, and then like my teeth are starting to fall out. I feel I don't want to smile anymore. Like I'm so self-conscious all the time.
And looking at you, you're a nice looking guy, you know, so I know, you know, if you were supposed to get off these drugs, man, sky's is the limit for you, you know.
I hope, man. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that before, you know, I cross some type of threshold, that I could still, you know, become a functioning member of society, you know.
Right.
Not an ex-addict. Like it's just me, you know.
Because so many of our brothers and sisters are dying because of overdoses, you know. So it's spreading like a wildfire, and we have to keep educating the other ones that's behind us who don't know about it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, that's a common thing actually amongst the young kids. Pills. They don't realize, and they say it all the time. They're like, oh, I don't use fucking dope. That's junkie shit. And they're chewing Percocets like they're Tic Tacs. And it's like they don't realize that I started with perks. Like I was you. It's my one friend said it to this young boy a couple years ago. He said because he was starting to eat perks and he was starting to dip into his dope. And he said, dude, you might as well grab a piece of cardboard and come out here with me, because that's the road you're heading on. And dude, and him hearing that, it actually, he got his shit straight. I see him all the time now. He stopped trapping, he stopped getting high. He's doing good, he's got a car now. Just my boy saying that to him, it scared him straight.
Hell yeah.
And that's what a lot of these kids need to realize, that it's a fine line between a recreation and a disease.
Absolutely. So what all have you lost due to your addiction?
My friends, the little bit of family that I did have, and my self-respect, really. That's the main part. Just the things that you wouldn't think that you would be willing to do. Like I said, I steal now. I steal shit from stores to sell to people. I'm not a thief. I'm not a criminal. I don't approve of that, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, of course. That's the lifestyle. We know it's not you. We know it's a higher, you know, entity that's got a hold on you, that's clinging on to you, and it's hard to let go. So it's going to take a lot of prayers from outside people and a lot of help from society to help you, because you cannot do it by yourself.
You can't.
You can try, but people need to push you. You need to make things more easily accessible for you to get.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, William. From your perspective, do you think society as a whole help people who are struggling with addiction, or who potentially are going to be addicted?
It's it's real finicky because there are good people out here. There is help, but there's also so much negativity that a lot of us feel worthless. You know, my friend one time, it was raining and she was standing under the pavilion like we are, and they really, you can't be here. Like, she wasn't doing anything, she wasn't getting high, she was trying not to get wet, because once you get wet out here and you don't gotta change of clothes, it's pretty bad, you know? And to be treated like that, that's not encouraging, that's not, you know how that feels? You can't stand here. Like, you're a human being, but get the fuck out and go in the rain. You can't stand here. That's
right.
And that's how a lot of people. Yeah, it's
dehumanizing.
It's dehumanizing. I've met so many people. They've said it. I give up. I give up. Young people. My friend Brooke, she got her leg cut off. She has HIV, and she said it to me. I don't care anymore. I give up. I'm gonna die. And that's the point that it gets to. And
right. Okay, William. Let's get off topic to get to know you as an individual. Then we're done. All right, brother?
Yes, sir.
What is one thing that you love most about yourself?
I'm a musician.
Oh, yeah. What type of musician?
Guitar. I played guitar for 13 years.
Wow, man, that's amazing. What inspired you?
I've always loved music. Like, I grew up, like, I like sports, I skateboard, football, but there's just something about music. Like, even in my addiction, I could sit there and just play guitar for hours and hours and just you know, lose myself in it. And that's something that I'll never sacrifice. I love music. I love music.
Oh,
I still have a guitar. I have it the spot that I stay at.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. We gotta have you play something for us next time I pull up on you, man.
That would be great. I'd love to.
Yeah, man. You know, the AML family would love it. What do you look for in a partner?
Some honesty. I don't like fake people. You meet people and they change from situation to situation to impress others, and I think that's disgusting. Be yourself no matter what, no matter who thinks what. Just stay yourself. If they don't like it, they don't have to be part of your life, you know? You shouldn't have to conform to other people's expectations. If someone loves you, they'll accept you for who you are. And
right.
That's the gist.
Absolutely. What's the longest relationship you've been in?
5 years. My ex, Chandler Richter.
What happened?
I had to get away from her. I was poisonous, you know. Okay. And she didn't want to accept it. She didn't want to believe it. And I knew what I was doing. And people were starting to associate my flaws and my mistakes to her, and she did not deserve that. She's a beautiful human being, and she deserved better, you know? Right,
absolutely. You're right. So daytime or nighttime, which one are you?
Daytime. I don't like being out here at night. Yeah, it gets dark out here, you know? There are a lot of crazies come out. If the sun goes down, I go down, you know? Okay.
What's your favorite season of the year?
Spring, of course.
Why?
Just the in-between, you know? I don't like it hot, I don't like it cold. Okay. In the summer, I'm bitching that it's hot. In the winter, I'm bitching that I'm freezing. Like, right now, it's beautiful out.
Right. Do you have a favorite band or musician that you listen to?
I'm a metalhead. Like I said, I play guitar, so I like real technical, like intricate music. So like Lamb of God or Trivium, Atreyu.
Awesome, and that's wonderful. What are some of your favorite foods?
Everything. As I grew up, I used to be real picky, you know. I wouldn't eat onions, I wouldn't eat pickles. Then from being out here, you don't get to be picky. And I discovered the only thing that I really truly won't eat are olives. I'll never like olives. Olives are gross, they're not food.
Hey, all the olive lovers, don't be mad
guys.
at him, all right? It's all good. I hear you. All right, so do you have a spiritual or religious belief?
I believe that there is a higher power. I won't put a label on it. There has to be something out there that we're not alone, you know?
Right.
This isn't a coincidence.
So where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I hope I go someplace better. I don't think that there's an end. There's like the conservation of energy. Like there's something inside of us, our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to call it. It's not just over. This is the physical mortal shell. We have souls, you know?
Right. So when you're alone by yourself, what are some things that go through your mind?
Just what tomorrow is gonna bring, what next month is gonna bring. Like, I try not to delve on the past because it's over, you know. The past is the past. It's a mystery, you know. I hope it'll get better. I hope it'll get better.
Got you. All right, if you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
3 whole wishes. The obvious one, I want all the money. Just give me the money. Health. I wanna not immortality, because nobody wants to live forever. That sounds depressing. But just to be healthy, and third, to be happy, whatever that entails. Just happiness in whatever form that takes. To not suffer, you know, to be able to wake up with my money and my health and smile.
Absolutely. What are your short-term goals now, William?
It's really just one, just to get clean, to get my habit down as low as I can, and to just try to do it as smoothly as possible, because the couple of times that I've tried to rehab and detox, it's been miserable. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Right. So do you think this is your rock bottom?
I think it is. They say when you hit rock bottom, you find out that rock bottom has a basement, and that your rock bottom is somebody's ceiling type shit. And like I said, I'm dead skinny. My teeth are starting to fall out. I think I'm lonely all the time. Yeah, no, dude. I don't want this no more.
So when will you be ready to help yourself? You know, we have Mary-Kay, you have Prevention Point, and there's a lot of other resources too. I know it's not easy to make that decision and to go through it, but you know, one day eventually you got to make up your mind.
Yeah, no, I think it's coming soon. I think it's coming real soon.
Okay.
Hopefully the next time we cross paths, it'll be a different Will that you see.
Hey, that's wonderful, man. You know, just make sure you do it for you and nobody else, right?
Of course.
That's what's up. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
A cat.
Why?
I don't know, because cats are just unique. Everybody loves dogs. I think dogs are just stereotypical. Like, a dog's a dog.
Right.
Every cat is different, and I'd like to believe that I'm different. You know, that I have my own unique qualities.
Right. So if you had to pick one or the other, if you had to pick to fly or to be invisible, which one would you pick?
To fly.
Why?
Because I think invisible would be a little lonely. You know, to fly, I'd be able to kind of show off, like, look at me.
Yo, shout out to the bird gang. You know, Mal is a bird guy too. So this last one for William would be, what's your message to the world, brother?
Stay strong, be yourself, love yourself, and just don't let anybody tear you down, because at the end of the day, the only person that matters, the only opinion that matters is yourself. And whether or not you choose to believe what people say or think about you, it don't matter what they say or think. It matters when you believe it, you know?
So AML family, you heard it from the man himself. He got a lot of words of wisdom. You can see he still got everything intact, but he just having a hard time in life right now. So William, what are some things that you're in need of that we can help you with, buddy?
Really clothes.
What else you need?
And the ability to wash myself.
Wash yourself.
Yeah, you know, running water is tough to come by. It's so hard. I washed my hands the other day for the first time in weeks, and it felt beautiful. I'm like just to clean myself. Yeah, it's
absolutely. Okay, guys, drop all the positive comments you have for William, and me and him is gonna get some dinner and probably get him something from the store that to freshen him up a little bit. So remember, guys, don't be bitter, be better. AML Films, until next time, we out there. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.